Hello, lovely people of the internet, and welcome to a vlog. I am moving around the studio, and so I thought that it would be fun to vlog this process. It is definitely difficult to organize things in this room, especially because we have the TV on this wall, and I can't really go anywhere else. I am watching old Zoella videos that I am trying to catch up on. But I have already gotten started. This has moved from here, but I'm thinking of changing it up even more than that because this room used to be my husband's office. So these are still his. These just don't fit in his studio or his office. My husband has given me permission to move these cabinets, so now I have a lot more freedom and I'm gonna get to really play around with it. This shelf was usually my backdrop for my recording. But I have decided that I don't want to use this shelf for my yarn storage anymore. These just go so deep that I end up losing track of some of the yarn that's in there, and that's no fun. So I'm going to take all of the books off of this shelf, and this is going to be my new yarn shelf, and then it's going to go against that wall, probably, and then that way I can keep this wall as my recording area, but if I think of something better, which I might, I'll do that instead. Okay, so really quickly, I ended up having to take a short break in order to get some of the footage that I had on the memory card on this camera off of that memory card and onto my computer because I was running out of space. Anyway, thought I'd give a little bit of an update since I just had like that a nice brief interlude there. I definitely could have gone about this in... Look at this. I definitely could have gone about this in a succinct way, I suppose, probably. Let me explain. I have a mess, and the problem is that absolutely everything, I will get to this in just a moment, absolutely everything is in the way of everything else, so what I want to be able to move is not necessarily easy to move, because now I need to move these out from under the TV, but it's covered in stuff, and where do I put this stuff? I could put it on this shelf, but then I will, as soon as I move this, I have to move, I want to move this shelf, so it's a conundrum. There's probably going to be stuff being moved out into the hallway at some point. But look at how cute she's being. So snuggled up to one of my sheets. Okay, I just had to adjust some audio settings because I remembered when I put stuff onto my computer that it was coming across really quietly. I don't know if I've fixed that or not, and so if the audio is kind of weird, I don't know what's happened. Anyway, yarn shelf. Yes, okay. So this took a lot longer than I anticipated to put all of this together. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. But there was a moment where I realized, I think I had put all of this acrylic that's on the bottom shelf now at the very top. And that made sense because I wanted to do this from worsted weight up top, which is what I've done. Worsted weight, nope, that's DK actually. So worsted, DK, fingering, miscellaneous. And then this is also worsted weight, but it's all acrylic. And the reason that I've done that is because my cat likes to eat yarn, but she is a bit of a yarn snob, so she will eat wool, but she will not eat acrylic. So I put the acrylic on the bottom so I don't get any snacky kitties eating any of my wool. But it's all worked itself out, and I'm quite pleased with how it looks. I still can't see absolutely everything. There was some stuff that had to be like shoved behind other stuff, but for the most part, I'm happy. I'm quite happy. Okay, so it's a little bit later on now. It has gotten dark out, and I don't have there's not a good height for me here. So we've had dinner, I had a little bit of a break. Michael helped me move one of these cabinets, which has gone downstairs, and it's going to actually be an end table for our couch, which is really, really nice. I have started putting stuff a little bit on this shelf. It's a little awkward because obviously I took away my bookshelf, but we don't have space on any of our other bookshelves, so I am having to make these work, and the problem with them for the yarn was that they were too deep. And so, that hasn't changed with the books. It's too deep for the books as well, so I'm having to find things that, I don't necessarily need to see all the time to put at, the very back of each cubby. Stop barking at me, please. I know that you want to play, but we just got back from, a 40-minute walk. And you got, a 30-minute walk earlier today, so you should be tired. I'm not expecting necessarily to have absolutely everything put away, but I would at least like to have the furniture moved to where I want it, so that tomorrow I can focus on getting things moved around a little bit more. But this furniture is not going to move itself, so let's get to it. Do this where they press leaves in books, because I've done this for most of my life and I don't know what it is. It's just I see a pretty leaf on the ground and I'm like, yeah, I'll have that. I think I have all of the furniture moved where I want it. I am very, very tired. It is 9:15. So my feet hurt and my back hurts and I am really, really thirsty. There's still a ton of organizing that needs to be done, but let me show you guys what I have accomplished and what still needs to be done, and you guys will understand how daunting this is for me. The room is a complete mess. All of my sheep need a new home. I was thinking about putting them in these bins, or in these shelves, but I don't know that I will have room, because my plan, my hope, is to organize a bunch of this. So this has just kind of been everything in my fabric stash, or anything to do with fabric, sewing, anything like that, has all just gotten shoved in here, which is less than ideal, especially for finding anything. It always seems like there's an avalanche whenever I need something. So I'm hoping to organize like at least some of it, like at least the stuff that's in like all of the plastic bags. And then I have a bunch of boxes as well. These ones on the bottom here go all the way to the back of the closet. So they're not very tall, but they're quite long. And this one also has fabric in it. And I definitely don't have any illusions that I'll be able to get all of it into these shelves, but I would like to get as much as possible, which means that my sheepies are going to have find somewhere else to live. Quite happy with how this has turned out. It took way more effort than I was expecting. So much more effort, so much more thought. I think part of it was that I started out thinking that I just wanted to move a couple things, and then I was like, well, if I'm moving that, I might as well move this. And if I'm moving this, I could move that there. And the result is thus. Oh, I don't know that I've ever showed you guys my my little fish tank here. It's no longer a fish tank. It did used to be a fish tank, but now it is solely a snail tank. I've got lots of little baby snails, 2 fully grown snails, that's how it started, and then a bunch of these little black baby snails that are starting to get like some white striping, which is quite fun. But yes, that is where I'm going to leave it for now. I will definitely show you what the finished product looks like once everything is completely organized. I might not make you suffer through the time lapses of me actually organizing it. Now, I think I am going to go and get some water and put my feet up. Alright, it is a new day, as you can tell by the fact that I have actually made up my face. Every time I start talking to the camera or start talking out loud, Elena thinks that that means that it's time to play. Today is all about organizing. I've got so much stuff that's just scattered absolutely everywhere, and I would like it to be well organized. Here is the before organizing. Got these bins that are just full of, some of them are somewhat well organized, some of them are just completely, this one in particular is just so much random crap. So, need to clean that. These drawers are gonna get cleaned out. And then, of course, the closet, which is my, my big project. Wish me luck! Good morning. Please excuse the face and the clothes, and we're not going to talk about the hair. That's why there's a hat. But today is Sunday. It is day 3 of working on the studio. I skipped Friday and Saturday just because I was busy. Today I woke up at about 6 o'clock. Tried to fall back asleep for about 45 minutes and was unable, so I've been up since before 7, which is insanely early for me. I am usually up around 9:30, so I've had a very, very lovely, relaxing morning. It is Sunday though, which means that it's time to watch Sunday Morning, CBS Sunday Morning. I have about half an hour before that starts, but I need to have breakfast and then I need to run upstairs and at the very least, tidy off the futon so that Michael and I can sit upstairs and watch Sunday morning, because right now there is nowhere that we could possibly sit to watch our show. It has taken me way longer than I expected, but I think that I can finally say that I have finished organizing and moving around my studio. So come along with me. The biggest change by far is this console here, or these shelves here. As you can see, I have moved my books onto these shelves. Really? Why so itchy? You're being so noisy. I'm trying to record. I've got books behind books, and this is where I'm keeping my cross stitch at this point, is just behind some of these books. But then most of these shelves are taken up by fabric. There is fabric in this box. It fits so perfectly in this little cubby that I was like, I can't not. But I will eventually replace them with some more of these. So all of the fabric is going to eventually be put in some of these bins, but I have to go to IKEA. The desk is exactly where it was before, which I was a little bit disappointed about, but it's fine. Then we have my yarn shelf here. I vastly prefer this to how it was organized in these cubbies. They were just too deep. I couldn't see most of my yarn. I still can't see necessarily every single skein that I have, but I can see significantly more of it, and I have a much better understanding of just how much I have. If you're wondering what the noise is, there we go. Yep. Of course, the couch is more or less exactly where it used to be. These are what used to be under the television. Moving those has been a really big part of this. We've got my snail tank here, and we've got a little tea station. I do still need to plug in the kettle, but this was one of the things. I got a new kettle for Christmas, and I was so excited because it meant that I was going to be able to bring this one upstairs. This is really nice because this is an antenna for our TV. We get like 3 local channels, but it was always stuttering when I had the bookshelf here. And that was in the way of our signal. So now it is much better. Then the biggest change is this closet here. Everything to the left is exactly as it was, but this is all now my fish tank supplies. These are just knitting bags or yarn that I have kept in some bags for projects that I have planned. These are kind of like memory bins. I keep old journals in those. And this is now significantly easier to access, which has a bunch of our files and like old cables and things. It is a vast improvement over what it was. That's my camera case. Hi! And then here you can see the wall is very blank. So again, at IKEA, I'm hoping to get some floating shelves, and my sheep collection will go there. I have a big herd of sheep. And then also I need to just put up a little bit of this art. And then on those floating shelves also I will be able to put all of my knits, which are currently just on a stool in my bedroom, but it'll give me a place where I can kind of display them, but also just grab them really easily if I want to use them. I am very pleased with how it's turned out. I do still have to figure out exactly where I'm going to be recording the podcast, because I am sure as heck not recording against this blank wall. You're so noisy. You say hi. Give me a kiss. Thank you. And there you go. Thanks for going with me on this journey, and I will see you guys next time.